Welcome back to the Mookie Chilson channel, and this is another exciting video response, a VR for Jason from Basement Card Collector and his call for 3 channels that you are thankful for this holiday season. And so before I begin negotiating the dry bird out of Lady Chilson's oven, I want to share 3 channels, 3 collectors, and 3 very specific reasons why I'm thankful for them this holiday season. But I want to just start with a quick shout out for Jason from Basement Card Collector, who has an outstanding channel. I watch everything he produces from start to finish, from his through the mail autographs to his cubby collections. Everything is fun, interesting, and worth watching, and I really enjoy it. And I'm thankful for your channel. I'm thankful for this contest, and so I'm going to start with my first actual submission here. And it is this guy. This is Frank from Baseball Hall of Fame Autographs. And if you're not familiar with his channel, you really should be. He has more wisdom and knowledge about Baseball Hall of Fame autographs than in his pinky than I do in my whole body. He has an incredible collection, and he shares it. And he shares specific examples on Hall of Fame baseball players in specific videos, one by one, including one that I watched on Willie Mays, which helped me come to a resolution on this card. So I watched his Willie Mays video, how to spot a fake on Willie Mays, and I emailed him, and he emailed me back, and he responded to my questions. He looked at the pictures, and he really helped me out. He helped me on my journey to being comfortable to buying one of these cards. And so Frank, your generosity is outstanding. Your wisdom is awesome. And I really appreciate the content you produce. And I'm glad you are doing what you're doing. So that's the first one. The second one here is BK from Mac Wax Stacks. Now, if you're not a subscriber to this channel, you really should be. BK has another incredibly diverse collection. He has everything from hockey cards to basketball cards, baseball cards, pop cards. This video, he's ripping for Ralph's, looking for Ralph Macchio cards. His videos are hilarious and really well produced. He's also the only collector of Mid-American Conference cards that I have ever seen before. So if you are a player who went through Ball State or Toledo or Northern Illinois and made it onto a piece of cardboard, BK wants your card in his collection. So for all the Bonzi Wellses of the world, BK from Mac Wax Stacks has got you covered. And he reached out to me at one point in comments and said, I got something I found at a card show and I want to send it to you. And how flattering that was to see. And he sent it to me. And this is the first ever pinhole card that has been gifted to me for the Holy Grail Wall of Fame. This is Max Lanier, a 1951 Bowman. I had no idea who Max Lanier was, but this card rules. I went back and looked at who Max Lanier was. He has a fascinating story. He's actually the father of Hal Lanier, who you may know was the manager of the 1986 Houston Astros, who my boy Mookie and friends dispatched with in the playoffs. But Max Lanier is also a pitcher for the Cardinals in the 40s and 50s, who left the Cardinals at one point to pitch in Mexico for more money. He did not enjoy his time in Mexico, so he tried to come back. And when he came back, Major League Baseball said, no way, dude, you're blackballed. And Max Lanier and a group of other players sued. They said, wait a minute, you can't do that. That's an antitrust violation. And Major League Baseball backed down and said, all right, you can play again. So Max Lanier rejoined the Cardinals as a pitcher. He sort of started that lawsuit, the lawsuit that Curt Flood would end up finishing in the 70s. Max Lanier took up in the 50s. So he has a fascinating backstory, and he is an official member of the Pinhole Holy Grail Wall of Fame and a place of honor, thanks to you, BK. A great card. and a great gesture. So I'm thankful for you. And then the last person I want to shout out here is someone I'm thankful for, is somebody I've shouted out before. It's Greg from Midlife Cards, who has an amazing channel, and I'm sure many of you know what he does there, and you should, of course, subscribe. But the reason I'm thankful for him now is because he came up with a video last week about Whatnot. And as you can see there, he's got an advertisement there for Whatnot's Card Show 3, which is probably currently going on. And he extolled the virtues of buying vintage cards on Whatnot, that you could get deals. There were deals to be had. It was like a virtual card show online. And he himself was addicted to it. And he had contacted Whatnot, or Whatnot contacted him, and offered a deal to Greg's subscribers. $15 if you signed up for Whatnot, and through Greg's little link there. And they would give you $15 to spend on a card. And so I was skeptical. I've been through enough timeshare presentations to know high pressure sales tactics when I see one. But Greg is a different bird. I trust Greg more than any timeshare salesman. And I took the plunge. I clicked through his link. I got my $15, and I checked out Whatnot. And Greg was right. It's freaking addictive. It is like going to a little virtual card show online. And I have been perusing it ever since, much to the dismay of my family and bank account. But I used my $15 midlife cards stipend there to buy an amazing card. And it's this one. It is the 1953 Bowman Color Larry Doby in amazing shape. I couldn't believe this card when the guy put it up on Whatnot. I looked at it. You have to make a decision quick, and you can ask them to show you more of the card. But I wasn't confident enough to do it. I figured I'd just pull the trigger. This card was $26. And so with the shipping, it was $30. But then when you take the $15 that Greg from Midlife Cards procured for his old pal Mookie, this card cost me $15. And so I am thankful to Greg from Midlife Cards for hooking me up. By the way, that is the second 1953 Larry Doby card I have. This one is the other one, which is not quite in the same condition. But this one is up on the Pinhole Holy Grail Wall of Fame, and we'll go back there next to Max Lanier. But Greg from Midlife Cards, the good thing is his deal is available to anybody who wants it. So I'll put a link to it in the comments, which is my the quo in my quid pro quo here. But he deserves it. Greg is looking out for us. And I really appreciate the deal that he got for us, and I hope other people use it too. And I hope you watch his content, and I hope you subscribe, and I hope you stayed through this whole freaking thing, because I'm done. That's it. I'm very thankful for all of you watching. I'm thankful that I can stop talking now. The end. Thank you.